Welcome back. If you missed our conversation with Alex Crone about the AFAP conference, you can find it as well as past episodes on youtube.com/Fort Campbell 101. For those of you who drive past Gate 10, you've probably noticed that we're located in one of the best regions for outdoor activity. For hunting enthusiasts, our Outdoor Recreation Program offers prime hunting areas in Tennessee and Kentucky. But did you know that you need a permit and a hunter safety course before you can hunt on Fort Campbell? Game Warden Jeremy Curtis is here with me to talk about hunting safety. Welcome to the show, Jeremy.
Thank you.
So I understand that you have a lot of information about hunting safety, but you're actually a police officer.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell me a little bit about what job you do here in our area.
I'm the game warden for Fort Campbell specifically. That's my main area. We have another officer that actually takes care of the area too, so we have two of us. We have approximately 106,000 acres on Fort Campbell. We patrol the areas. We do speed enforcement. We do fish and wildlife laws. Just different stuff like that, ma'am.
That's an awful lot of area for just two people to cover.
Definitely. It's a lot of area to split between two people. We do have military police to help us out, and we do have DA civilian police officers that help us out.
But your primary responsibility for that area is sort of looking after the hunting and the fishing laws. I mean, I know you do other things like speed enforcement.
Yes, ma'am. The hunting and fishing is our main priority on Fort Campbell, yes.
So when you're out there doing your patrols and whatever it is that you do, what kinds of things do you come across here on Fort Campbell that require your intervention?
A lot of it is people not having the right licenses. You have to have a state license to fish or hunt on Fort Campbell, plus you have to have the post permit that you have to pay a small nominal fee for to hunt or fish Fort Campbell, and it's based off usually active duty, DAVs or disabled veterans, retirees or civilians, and it's a different price for each one. But everybody has the opportunity to do that, to hunt or fish. Military has priority, then it goes military community, and then all civilians.
So they sort of assign a hunting area to someone who wants to hunt, and there's only so many areas to hunt.
Yes, ma'am. We have 54 areas, give or take one or two that might have been taken away in the past. And if those areas are not being utilized by the military, then they are open for hunting or fishing. And then it goes the priority system down the line until the last person.
And if you want to hunt, then you need to go to Outdoor Recreation main office there in the corner across from the stables and get that post permit.
Yes.
Do you already have to have your state license in hand, or can you get that there too?
You can buy all your licenses and post permit at the MWR building, building 6645, located at 11th Airborne and 101st.
Okay, and the reason we're having you here now is I know that this is kind of the busy time of the hunting season, isn't it?
Yes.
What's everybody excited about in terms of hunting right now? What are they excited to be able to hunt?
They're excited to be hunting deer. Deer season opened last weekend.
Okay, and is this something that, I mean, I only know about deer hunting sort of from what I've seen on television, and that they hide in the woods and wait quietly for the deer to come. Is that how we do it here?
Yes, actually that is one of the ways to do it. You can find you a good tree, sit down beside it, and wait for the deer to come by. Or new age, a lot of people use tree stands.
Okay.
They climb up in the trees as long as they have their harnesses. Safety harnesses, the new thing that they come out with to keep hunters from falling out of the trees. They can use that on Fort Campbell. It's mandatory, and they can hunt out of a tree and wait for them to come by and get them.
And there's a couple of different ways that they can hunt deer on Fort Campbell. I know you mentioned that some kinds of weapons aren't allowed. What is it permitted here?
You're allowed to use archery, muzzle loading equipment, and shotguns only. Rifles are not allowed due to the number of hunters we have and the long range that the centerfire rifles will reach.
So some people actually use a bow and arrow to hunt for deer.
Yes, they use recurves, which is an older style bow, or a compound bow is authorized, which is a newer one.
Okay, so hunting deer now, but what are some things that perhaps have just passed season-wise, and what's coming up?
Squirrel season opened up earlier before deer season. We allow that. Dove hunting and early season waterfowl opened up. It closed already. The late season waterfowl season will open up second week in November, third week in November, depending on when the state opens their seasons. We kind of go with them. And then late season we have raccoon hunters. They hunt mostly at night, and deer season runs to the end of December, 1st of January.
I know a lot of people go deer hunting over the holidays.
Yes, ma'am. During the holidays when the military's got off, they love to hunt. They get Donzas and their vacation time. So a lot of people, that's when the majority of the time they're out, and that's when the deer have their mating season. That's when they're most active.
So that's when it's a deer season because they're most visible and able, I guess, to be acquired.
Yes.
Okay. And I know you also do fishing here in the area. What kind of rules are there about fishing in Fort Campbell?
Same thing. You have to have a post permit. You have to have a fishing license, and you have to have select streams in Fort Campbell. You have to have a trout stamp. They stock trout here regularly every month during the summer months because the water's so cold here coming out of the streams. So they have that opportunity to trout fish, which not very many places in the state has that other than East Tennessee up in the mountains where the water's really cold.
What other kind of fish do people catch here in Fort Campbell besides trout?
We have catfish, bass, perch, crappie, just bait fish. Most of those are the 3 or 4 main ones that we've got in there. And catfish, I'm sorry, forgot to mention that one.
And people, they fish on the lakes as well that are on the installation.
Yes, we have 2 major lakes, Lake Tall, which is located right down from Building 6645, and Lake Kyle, which is out in the rear area. And it's probably 20 to 25 acre lake, so it's nice and big.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. Yeah, there's picnic tables and all kinds of things in that area that they fixed up. So I know that, one of the most important things with hunting is obviously to be safe. We mentioned that you have to have a hunter safety course just to be able to hunt on Fort Campbell. Where do people get those safety courses, and how do they finish that up?
They can either take the classes that we offer on Fort Campbell. We usually have 2 to 3 a year. They're usually a month or 2 before hunting season. We try to get as many people through it as we can. Tennessee had just started a new system to where the military, active duty military, can send in a copy of their basic training certificate. Tennessee will send them back a hunter safety card, and they will waive all the requirements for that.
So they're kind of similar, the things that you learn about weapon safety and basic training.
Yes, ma'am.
To what you learn in a hunter safety course. That's what a lot of it is being safe with the weapon.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Is there usually a fee for a hunter safety course?
Yes, usually it's $10 to $15 for, usually if you do it an online course, you print that off, they certify it, and then you take it to the 1-day field day, and then that's what it usually costs.
Now, do yourself and the other officer actually teach these classes, or do other professionals teach them?
We have another guy, a volunteer, that teaches them right now. We just don't have the time or the effort to do it. I'm not saying that we can't do it. It's just hard for us sometimes because our seasons overlap and we're out working, so we have a volunteer that takes care of it for us.
You're covering a lot of square miles out there.
Oh, yes, definitely. We have a lot of stuff going on. Yes, ma'am.
So for the new hunter, or perhaps for one who's been hunting a while and just needs to be reminded, what would you say are pretty much your top safety tips for hunting?
On Fort Campbell, if you're going to hunt, your weapon has to be cased and unloaded at all times. That's a big one. If I'm going hunting, even on my property that I have, my weapon's always in a case. It's always unloaded. I do not get it out until I'm ready to go hunting. Make sure if you're going to shoot at a deer or any kind of animal, make sure you know what's behind your target. Make sure you don't shoot at someone. Make sure nobody's back behind you. Make sure you're always visible. If you're going deer hunting, you need your hunter's orange. Make sure that another hunter can see you so they're not shooting at something in front of you or behind you to be safe.
Yeah, I know that the hunters always wear the bright orange clothing, and of course, me not having a lot of knowledge about hunting, I always wondered, well, gosh, can't the deer see you then too?
There's been a couple different biologists that disagree and agree on that. Some say they can only see shades of gray, which would be like a darker gray to a lighter gray. Some do say that they see orange, but they see it in a brighter color, like as a white. It's unknown because nobody can see through a deer's eyes.
I know.
But it makes it safer for us to see.
Right.
And for the success of the hunters that we have, sometimes it doesn't bother them. But it's safer for a hunter to be in orange.
Well, and it's a requirement, so that's really all there is to it,
yes,
right?
It is. It has to be. You have to have an orange hat and an orange vest on. That covers the requirements of 500 square inches of orange.
Okay. And if people had more questions about hunting and fishing on Fort Campbell, or questions about the law, where's a good resource for them to get that information?
They can get that at the MWR building. Their number is 270-798-2175, or I could give them my number, which they can reach me 24/7. I always have my number. It is 931 472-8730. Reach me at any time.
Is there a website or a place online where people can go that has information like what you've covered, or that just would kind of educate them on the sport of
Yes,
hunting?
it's on the main MWR webpage. Over to the, I think it's left on the click on the link, the hunting and fishing link, and they can pull it up, and it has all the requirements.
That's great, Jeremy. Thanks so much for taking the time to come and educate me and the rest of our viewers. We really appreciate it.
You're very welcome, ma'am. Thank you.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Strap on your boots and come out to Fort Campbell MWR's riding stables. We offer 1-hour guided trail rides in the scenic Kentucky and Tennessee countrysides. Trail rides are $20 per person and held every Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., and 2:30 p.m. Riders must be at least 10 years old and accompanied by an adult if they are under 18. Fort Campbell riding stables are located just outside Gate 10. Call and make your reservations today.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying tuned to MWR Life on Air. If you'd like more information on family and MWR events and activities, you can check out our website or Facebook page, pick up the latest copy of the MWR Family and Single Soldier Life magazines, or call our 24-hour recorded information line. You can join our text club by texting MWR to 68683. And you can listen to our radio program on 105.1 WVRY at 8:30 on Friday mornings. The program is also rebroadcast on Fridays at 12:30 on 1400 AM WJZM. To receive weekly information to your inbox, please sign up to receive the MWR e-newsletter by going to fortcampbellmwr.com and clicking on MWR e-news and then select Register for e-news. You'll start getting the MWR e-news the following week. I'm Melissa Schaffner. Thanks for watching MWR Life on Air. We're supporting soldiers, families, retirees, and civilians with quality of life events and activities. We are your network of services. We'll see you next week.
Looking for a unique gift for that special someone? Fort Campbell MWR's Engraving Etc. can personalize awards, trophies, plaques, and specialty gifts so you can show your appreciation in a memorable way. They accept walk-in requests as well as orders via fax or email. Engraving Etc. is located inside the Gannett Arts and Crafts Center next to Wilson Theater. For more information and price quotes, please call 270-798-0171. Fort Campbell MWR, serving soldiers, families, retirees, and civilians.
Craving a big lunch for a small price? Then come to the Doghouse, Fort Campbell MWR's only restaurant on Campbell Army Airfield. For less than $5, try our famous footlong hot dogs, such as the New York Dog, Coney Dog, Carolina Dog, Chicago Dog, and our signature one-of-a-kind Macho Dog, topped with chili, cheese, tomatoes, peppers, onions, jalapenos, and coleslaw. Check out our sandwiches, fried specialties, and other delicious items. The Doghouse, your fast and tasty lunch stop. Fort Campbell MWR, serving soldiers, families, retirees, and civilians.